Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of procrastination. If you have ever found yourself putting off important tasks, you are not alone. But fear not, in this video we'll explore the science behind overcoming procrastination and share practical tips to boost your productivity. Let's get started. Take your time and don't try to do everything all at once. Some people make the mistake of starting a big task altogether, but this can make you tired quickly because you are working too hard from the start. Also, it might make you feel like you have to finish at a certain time, which can make you stressed and more likely to make mistakes. Instead, it's better to break your task into smaller parts. This way, you can manage your time better and see mistakes more easily. Plus, when you work on a project, you can take breaks to do other things. Sometimes we procrastinate because we have too much to do. When we have many tasks, we often pick the easy one first, which doesn't help us get things done. Procrastination means delaying something for later, like avoiding a boring task and doing something fun instead. It's not about stopping everything altogether, but about swapping tasks we need to do with ones we want to delay. Deadline help us see how much time we have left to finish a task. Our brain has two sides. One wants instant pleasure, while the other wants to make smart choices. The quick side usually wins because the smart side is slower and make decisions that don't match procrastination. Here are 9 things that can help you stop procrastinating. Number 1. Inhibition. This means being able to control yourself and stop doing something when you should. Number 2. Self-monitoring. It's about watching how your actions affect you and others. Number 3. Planning and organization. Wanting to manage what you have to do now and in the future. Number 4. Activity shifting. Being good at moving between tasks as needed. Number 5. Task monitoring. Checking on your project, finding mistakes and fixing them. Number 6. Task initiation. Being able to start working on tasks. Number 7. Emotional control. Managing your feelings well. Number 8. Working memory. Remembering information you need for the tasks. Number 9. General orderliness. Keeping things organized for your tasks. If someone isn't strong in these areas, they might procrastinate more. There are clear signs that shows if someone is a procrastinator. Usually, we can group procrastinator into 5 main types, each showing different warning signs. Number 1. Thrill seekers. They skip important tasks for something exciting, like playing or using social media during a break. Number 2. Avoiders. They avoid tasks that might take a lot of time, preferring to do smaller tasks first. Number 3. Indecisive procrastinators. They spend a lot of time thinking about what to do instead of doing it. Number 4. Perfectionist. They struggle to finish things because they spend too much time trying to make everything perfect. Number 5. Busy procrastinators. They forget about tasks because they are always busy and use it as an excuse. If we notice signs of trouble but chooses to ignore them and just live for the moment, those signs won't help us. We also need to control our urges to avoid making silly choices. There are 4 main urges we might have. Number 1. Wanting to act right away without thinking much. Number 2. Not thinking about what we are doing before we do it. Number 3. Getting bored quickly with tasks that take a while. Number 4. Easily getting distracted by fun things. The more these urges happen, the more likely we are to act on them. To avoid being distracted by less important stuff, start important tasks on time. A good way to fight procrastination is to remember HALT. Hunger, anger, loneliness and tiredness. If you feel any of this, ask yourself if you are feeling those things. If you are, realize you might not be thinking clearly and trying to find better ways to reach your goals and live better. Fears often lead to procrastination, hurting our productivity. We can use Newton's law to beat procrastination. The first law says, "Things at rest, stay at rest, and things in motion, stay in motion." Pending tasks will remain pending in simple terms. To get things done, we need to start them. The second law says, the more we focus and put effort in, the more we accomplish. The third law says, every action has an equal reaction. We should notice what helps and what hurts our productivity. Having too many choices can also make us procrastinate. Setting deadlines for decision can help. Finding the right motivation is crucial for progress. Understand what drives you. Sometimes you have to trick yourself into doing tasks you don't like. Focus on the benefits or results of the task so you can bear the present pain. Many think they can only work when they feel inspired, but this belief limits us. It's important to push through tasks even when we are not motivated. Once we start it, it becomes easier to keep going until we finish. We should be kind to ourselves when we procrastinate, instead of being too harsh, otherwise we might give up completely. It's better to regret doing something than to regret missing an opportunity. Before procrastinating, think about the negative consequences it might bring. Forgiving ourselves helps us see our future selves more clearly, making us aware of the impact our choices have on our future. We can use sting method. Select one task, time ourselves, ignore everything else, take no breaks, reward ourselves. Focusing on one task at a time can be hard but helps. By doing this, we find time for other tasks. Breaking big tasks into smaller ones helps too. Instead of pressuring ourselves to finish everything at once, we handle smaller parts bit by bit. A trick to beat procrastination is to make tasks we dislike compete with each other. This way, we might delay the task we hate the most and still get things done by working on less hated ones. The first step in scheduling is learning to make a plan for our day. We should promise ourselves not to have any 0 days where we don't work on our goals. Even if we can't spend a whole day being productive, we can set aside smaller amount of time, like an hour, week or minute. Making this commitment help us avoid procrastination and stay busy. Planning our task and organizing our day stops us from being idle and makes it easier to stay productive. Asking ourselves specific questions can help us act quickly and stop us from staying still. Here are some questions we can ask. Number 1. What's one thing I can do right now? Number 2. What are 3 most important tasks for today? Number 3. How can I make things simpler so I can stick to my plan? Number 4. What will happen if I don't keep trying? Finding out what tasks are most important each day and doing them first is a good way to stop procrastinating. Making schedules for daily, weekly, monthly or yearly help too, because it shows us what needs to be done. The more detailed our tasks are, the better. Breaking tasks into small steps can make us feel good each time we finish one. The 40-70 rule, popularized by Colin Powell, says we usually only need 40% to 70% of the information or preparation we think we need to start a task. Trying to get 100% ready can cause delays. So once we reach 70%, it is usually enough to start. Taking small steps help us see what's working and what's not. Big tasks might seem scary and impossible, especially if we rush into them too fast. Procrastination limits creativity and productivity differently for everyone. Recognizing it is crucial, especially when deadline approaches. We tend to prioritize less important tasks over important ones. Overcoming procrastination requires conscious effort, focusing on crucial tasks and working even without motivation. Commitment to improvement leads to increased productivity over time. Use the Pomodoro technique to maintain focus. It involves working for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break. Implement the Eat That Frog method by doing the most critical and challenging task first thing in the day. Start by keeping a journal or log where you record your activities and moods. This awareness can help you identify patterns and trigger of procrastination, allowing you to counter them actively. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a journey. Implement this principle and witness your productivity skyrocket. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video.